Papa, you settle down, boy. You settle down. Yeah, what's up, guys? Yo, what up, Vito? Welcome back to a brand new Military Life Before and After, episode 37. We're getting deep in here. So, I know you guys are probably wondering, who is this person? Well, like, this is fellow Justin. But yeah, I wanted to start this episode talking about, you know, how you knew me from high school. And kind of, you know, just those experiences. Now, you know, you were 2 years behind me. And I always knew, though, like, dude, like, you had it, you know, you had it in you, and like you became one of the best wrestlers in the whole, once I graduated school. Yeah, I did. Like that's crazy, you know. Like when we were wrestling, I was like, damn, freaking Buto, man. What would you say the coach said had the most facial?
Yeah, man of 1,000 facial expressions.
Man of 1,000 facial expressions. I still hold that till this day. It's a small world, you know, how we've come full circle. You know, with being able to get you here on this episode and being able for you to talk about Air Force boot camp. Yeah. Because we literally met at Starbucks, you know, down the freeway. Yeah. Before you shipped off.
Yeah, like a week before.
Yeah, and we were talking about, you know, like what you were thinking about going into boot camp, and now 5 months later you're out and you're here, man. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, you were going EOD.
Yes.
Right. So Air Force EOD, which is considered Spec Ops.
It's battlefield-ish.
Battlefield-ish.
It's on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of questions about Spec Ops, and you know myself, I was gonna go SWCC, and I ended up going aviation, you know, for kind of some different reasons. But you know, going into Spec Ops for the Air Force, you said it was very the wrestling aspect. Yeah. Of high school, it was very similar to those kind of workouts.
Yeah. Just keeping in mind that, you know, go day by day, just keeping in mind that they're gonna have to stop at some point. You know?
Right. That's interesting. You said they're gonna have to stop at some point.
Yeah, you're gonna stop. You know,
as long as
day's gonna be over at some point or another. Just keep
make it through that day.
Yeah, just keep going day by day.
All right. So I just wanted to clarify the phone thing. I know a lot of people think you can have your cell phones in boot camp. So for the Air Force, you can't.
You cannot. Nope. Not until you're leaving base to go to tech school. You cannot have your phone.
So you don't get. So until you graduate, that's when you get it back.
In fourth week, you get one phone call. That's like 20 minutes, and then you get a phone call in 6th week. That's
okay. So you get two phone calls, fourth week, 6th week. Yeah. And are those on your cell phone?
Or yeah, they give you your cell phone.
Oh.
You plug the charger in. They're watching you. There's a couple of officers just standing around.
Really? So you guys get to use your cell phones to call your family? Yeah. Because in the Navy, we just had a calling card. We just used like the pay phones.
Yeah, and you can do that when you get base lib. Okay. Like you could buy a phone card and call your family and whatnot. But
okay, so what I think would be a really interesting question to answer is like, so you watched a lot of the Air Force videos on YouTube and like getting ready to go to boot camp. Yeah. So is there anything different that like really stood out to you in boot camp that like, hey, nobody talked about this, or like, hey, like people should know, or is it all just pretty cut and dry? Like everyone, like boot camp is boot camp. Like it's not really gonna change that much.
Boot camp's boot camp. I mean, there's a certain way you fold your clothes. Right. You know, you got PT in the morning. Right. They're yelling at you for doing facing movements and marching and going to class. Yeah. But that's pretty much, it's cut and dry.
Right. So like all the advice out there right now, like there's nothing crazy that people are gonna run into in boot camp. Like, oh, why didn't they tell me about that? Or like.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy.
Okay, so that's, you know, if you guys are stressing out about running into things in boot camp, hopefully I can provide some comfort. You know, the stuff that's out there on the internet, you know, from Kyle Gott's channel to my channel to all the military channels, it's all pretty much boot camp. Like you said, boot camp's boot camp.
Yeah. One thing that has changed is the Air Force, they'll give you a backpack with everything you need in it. Like
really?
Toiletries.
When you first go?
Yep, when you first go. When you're in processing, they give you a backpack full of everything you need.
Oh, dang. So you just like show up at boot camp and they're like, here's a backpack full of all your...
You get in line, they give you a backpack, you take everything out, mark it with your
stencils.
Number. Yep, you get your parka and all that stuff.
Alright, so now I want to get into more about the Spec Ops kind of thing. Yeah. So, alright, so you want to tell them like what your job initially was and like...
I started out as EOD.
Okay, so Air Force
Ordnance Disposal.
Air Force EOD, like you had the contract.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the contract and everything. I had that nice signing bonus.
Oh.
Going down, yeah.
So about the signing bonus, what happened to the? Did you get to?
It goes away.
It goes.
You don't get your signing bonus until you complete tech school.
Oh, okay. So you were started EOD. So you graduated boot camp.
Yep.
Started EOD training.
Yep.
So right after boot camp, they sent you
to Shepherd.
To Shepherd.
Yep.
And
that's basically in-dock in
Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas.
In Texas.
And you just started your like Hell Week.
Yes. Yep. We went through in processing for the first week.
Okay.
Getting to know a base. And then that next week, I was picked up in the next class and just hit the ground running.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you just started your EOD training. You said it's a 90% dropout rate.
Yeah,
pretty
between
much.
80 and 90%.
That's so. You told me there was 22 people in your class.
Yep, and only 4 graduated. Lots of PT. And lots of information being thrown at you, and it's how well you can retain that information.
Under pressure, under stress.
Yeah, under stress, yeah.
So you said the physical part of EOD, of Spec Ops, for you was easy. Like not easy, but it was
easy, but it was easy.
Right, no, so it's not going to be easy. I don't know why I throw that word out. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Belay my fucking last with that word. But what I meant to say is, like I was saying earlier in the video, it's similar to a lot of wrestling workouts. Yep, mountain climbers, a lot of circuit training, a lot of mental toughness. Push past those barriers. We're like, okay, my body's hurting right now, but
it'll be over soon.
Right.
Yeah.
So the physical aspect, it was fairly not as challenging, but it was more the mental.
It was all
the school, the type of the work.
How much information they throw
you can retain. So yeah, you were saying, washing out of EOD training, the tests is what really got you at the end.
Yeah, it's just the attention to detail.
Right. So you said you have
one little thing.
You have 2 times to pass a test.
Yeah.
And if you
fail once, they give you a little bit of time to study, and then if you fail again, you get washed back.
Right, but you were telling me how they basically gave you all this information the morning of to study.
Yeah.
And they tested you that afternoon.
Yeah.
And you were like, what?
Yeah, we had half an hour from the last time that the last word he spoke. He's like, all right, you got half an hour, and then we'll test on this.
Dang.
I'm like, okay.
And you missed by a couple points.
Yeah. A lot of these guys are going into, especially with EOD, the recruiters are telling them, oh, there's no PT.
Really?
It'll be,
they try to sell you on it.
Yeah, and people don't realize you're going to get your butt kicked all day.
Right.
You'll be crawling.
But you liked that part.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked crawling through the mud with the rock on.
Yeah, you liked that part of the training.
Yeah, but some people are just like, oh, I didn't know that rule.
Right. So now you washed out, and what's your job now?
I'm aircrew flight equipment.
Aircrew flight equipment. So which is similar in the Navy, it would be a PR, a parachute rigger.
Yeah, similar. Yeah.
And so I can imagine, so going from all that intense training of EOD, and then going to parachute flight equipment. Yeah. It's a little more different life.
It's a lot
slower
more relaxed.
pace. A lot more relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as quick.
Yeah, so now you're kind of experiencing the other side of the military. I worked with a lot of the guys like you that dealt with the para-rescue equipment.
Yeah.
And it's a fun job. You guys get to work with pilots. Yeah. You guys get to work with a lot of officers and with all their equipment.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I feel like you definitely could have got a worse pick of the jobs. Yeah. But yeah, guys, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And fellow Justin, and we both. It's just bizarre, how we both were in high school, the same wrestling team, and now we're both here 10 years later.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, if you were to tell me 10 years ago, like, yeah, you're going to be in the military, you'll be a veteran, you'll be active duty, and on a YouTube show.
YouTube?
Like, what the fuck is YouTube? First off, it's like all that YouTube was in 2007 was cats.
Yeah.
Cats and videos and
shit. Videos.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to see more Military Life Before and After episodes, many more videos to come. Do you want to shout out any links, Twitter, Instagram, or people, or no? You're good.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's a nice, humble guy here, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we'll see you very soon. And thanks for watching.
Okay, the neighbors think I'm selling dope, selling dope, selling dope, selling dope, selling dope.